Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Board of Commissioners, City of Bowling Green, Kentucky. Regular meeting, City Hall, December 16th, 2025 at 4:30 p.m. We're going to begin with our invocation, or Pledge of Allegiance. Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you for this year. We thank you for the city. We thank you for this community and for the people that make this the city of their home. Pray for the upcoming year. Pray for the decisions made tonight. We give these things over to you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everybody. All right, Mrs. Jackson, would you please provide roll call?
Commissioner Perigin. Here. Commissioner Bailey.
Here.
Commissioner Beasley Brown.
Here.
Commissioner Hill.
Here.
Mayor Alcott.
Here. Mr. Meisel, do you have comments at this time?
I have a couple here, Mayor, if you don't mind. First of all, I'm going to do this in reverse order tonight. If you are in the audience and would like to make public comments, please sign the register in the back corner of the room. We'll take those up after regular session. Secondly, 'tis the season. It is Christmas, but it's also property tax season. Just want to remind everybody, we do have a December 31st property tax deadline that will be approaching soon. And on January 1st, there is a 10% penalty if it's not postmarked or submitted by 12/31. So a couple different ways you can pay. Drop-off box is just really convenient. You drive up, drop it in the box, mail it in, make sure it's postmarked by 12/31, or in person. Just please get into the office on or before December 31st, which falls on a Wednesday. I think Christmas or New Year's Day is on a Thursday. And we'll be back open on that Friday, the 2nd. A couple more things. Downtown lights up. We have not met since then, but 2 Fridays ago, huge turnout downtown. I've got some thank yous that I want to do real quick for putting all that together. It was a great team effort, but the lights were incredible once again at Fountain Square, and we have our landscape division to thank for that. Jay Doherty's team, Chris Basham, Michael Bibb, Zach Tony, Casey Johnson, Aaron Britton, Heaven Sanchez, Jared Weaver, Tanner Hawk, and of course Jay did a great job with those. At Circus Square, we had the Parks Maintenance Division team working on that. That was Dwayne Osbrooks, Wesley DeWeese, Sammy Harmon, Larry Glass, Trevor Kirby, Stanley Porter, Josh Lee, Anthony Brown, Connor Graves, and Emma Henderson. A great job at Circus Square with those lights, the colorful lights. And then we had Santa's Village at Circus Square as well. That was headed up by our Recreation Division, Cameron Levis's team. So it was Cameron, Amanda Upshaw, Jakia Patterson, Braxton Sowell, Shawnetta Price, Will Vale, and Kiaya Brooks worked on that. So thanks to all those teams. It was a great night, and a lot of other probably people I'm forgetting, but Public Works Operations, of course, did a lot of the roadblocks and stuff. So thanks to Ryan Johnson's team, Public Works Ops. Talia's worked on this. Debbie, Talia, Debbie, and Debbie's team with Laura and Raina and Jack, and Katie was decorating as well too. So thanks to everybody. It was a great afternoon, great evening. So
Incredible event.
yeah. So next thing, real quick, we have an announcement. We were notified last week that our own Hope Spiller was named the 2025 Barren River Municipal Clerks Association's Clerk of the Year. So congratulations to Hope Spiller for that. This was announced on December 4th.
That's in the entire state, right?
That's for the Region, Barron River. Hope's expertise, initiative, and compassion make her an invaluable member of a team, a tremendous asset for our community, and we're very honored to have Hope receive this award. Is Hope here? Hope couldn't make it tonight, but congratulations to Hope, so great job. I'm going to ask Cameron Levis to come up. He's got some announcements to make, but as he's coming up, Cameron was featured in a very popular Parks and Rec magazine, Community Rec magazine, for the job he did planning the park out at Jennings Creek. Talks about the future for play with the inclusive playgrounds, the wetlands, the sustainable material we're using, all kinds of stuff. So great job on that, Cameron, with that interview in Community Rec magazine. And I'll turn it over to you for your other item.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Meisel. Thank you, Commissioners and Mayor. I'm excited to present to you guys tonight, recognize our first group of our Young Neighbors Academy. So this is a new program that we started in our community centers this fall. With our community centers, our overarching goal amongst many things is youth development, youth programming, raising up that next generation, giving them a fun opportunity to do fun things. So this Young Neighbors Academy really taken off, chop off the old block of what LEDA does in NCS, with the New American Academy, the Over 50 Citizens Academy that Karen and her team did for years. And so the goal with this is to give some of our youth that are at Parker Bennett Community Center or at Moxley Community Center an opportunity to get a behind-the-scenes look at local government. I've got my young neighbor here with me too. But give them a behind-the-scenes look of local government, what it looks like to, develop a city and be a good neighbor. And so it's been a really cool program. We've gotten to spend some time down here at City Hall with Mayor Alcott one of the first weeks. Debbie and Raina and Jack gave them a really cool behind-the-scenes look at media and how they promote our city. Andy Souza at Public Works and his team, Ryan Johnson, Courtney Howell gave us a really cool tour of Public Work Ops a couple weeks ago. Elise was instrumental in helping us set up a tour of the new training center with police and fire. And so they've gotten to do a lot of cool things. They organized a park cleanup that they did last week at Roland Bland, and they're doing a food drive. One of the funniest things that has happened with this is Peyton's not here tonight, but she kind of took on the food drive. She's a student at the junior high, and her and Miley, that we'll introduce in a minute, they made a flyer for the food drive, and she emailed me the flyer, and in her signature it said Peyton Church, Young Neighbors Academy of Bowling Green. So lots of fun activities and just, again, helping our next generation be good neighbors and become leaders for our community. So I'm going to recognize some of the ones that are here tonight, and then I got some thank yous. So when I call your name, if you guys can stand, all right? All right, so we've got Arion White. We've got Carver Richardson. We've got Clay Foley. He had a really good role model, by the way. That is Karen's son. Peyton Church. She's not here, sorry. Madison Pierce. And then who couldn't be with us tonight is Olivia from Parker Bennett, and then Sadie Bowling, and then LaTyson Woods. Something that LaTyson mentioned, we made a video, it's on our social media if you guys have seen it, where they were asked, if you could be mayor for a day, what would you do? Or if you could make one change in our city. He wanted to make water fountains Kool-Aid fountains, which I think that's a pretty good idea. And then Miley Ballard. I miss Miley, there she is. And I want to thank Will Vale, who's one of our recreation staff assistants. He's been kind of our staff lead on this. And then the team at NCS, we've got Leda Becker, Rael, Hannah Minton, and then Emily Bronner. Emily Gentry joined us several times. This is a partnership program. A lot of the stuff we do in Parks and Rec, we do alongside our friends at NCS or other departments. And the things that we do together are certainly much more impactful. So. And then, my young neighbor Beckett right here. So thank you, guys. We just wanted to recognize them as our first cohort of the Young Neighbors Academy.
Thank you, Karen. Congratulations, graduates.
Mayor, may I say something?
Please.
How many guys are back there that went to Parker Bennett Carey? Mario area. I went to Parker Bennett as well. For all you children that's out there, I want to let you guys just know something. The greatest leadership is the greatest servant. So what you guys are doing right now is serving others. It'd be great as a great leader. I went to Parker Bennett, and I would have never known when I was a kid that I would basically be up here as a city commissioner. So for each one of you kids that are here today, and for the ones who are not here, there's no telling what you could do. Just stay on that straight and narrow, and always just make sure that you're a servant. And thank you for everything you guys are doing right now, because you're young and you see the vision.
Congratulations.
Last but not least, we have a special guest with us tonight. This man needs really no introduction, but I'm going to have him come on up. Johnny Webb. Johnny.
Mayor Emeritus.
Mayor Emeritus.
Mayor
Johnny
of
Webb.
Bowling Green, Emeritus.
Mayor Emeritus just made a major faux pas there. I stepped on Melanie's foot getting up here. Thank you all so much for giving me the opportunity to be here. I'm here to just say thank you for your support that you've given Operation Pride and the Beautify 65 project. I would like to take just a minute or two and kind of give you a little history. Operation Pride was started in 1993, and I was mayor at that time, and I guess it was my idea to do something to try to clean up our city and make it more presentable. At the time I became mayor in January of 1992, the economy was bad. We were in a recession. We had businesses closing or moving out of town. And as you know, I think it's still true today, I think about 70% of your revenue comes from the occupational tax. And so if you're losing jobs, the city treasury is hemorrhaging money. And so when I came in as mayor, it probably would have been the worst time in my lifetime for anyone to decide that they wanted to be mayor of Bowling Green. Morale was very low. One reason, I think employees had gone 2 or 3 years without even a cost of living increase. So people were not real happy, and very understandable why they weren't. So I knew that we needed to start getting very aggressive in recruiting industry to Bowling Green. So as I looked around our community, I recognized the fact that we didn't have a good product to sell. Something needed to be done about it. So we got busy and started cleaning up the corridors, the major corridors coming into Bowling Green, thinking that whenever prospects would come into our city, they would see that, you know, this is a nice, clean place, and, you know, I could see me maybe locating my business here. So that was the idea. Well, later on, I got the idea that, no, we need to catch them before they get into the city. And that's what brought about the Beautify 65 idea. We want to catch them before they even come in and meet the mayor, the commissioners, the judge, the economic development people, people at the chamber. And if they're coming down the interstate, most of them were coming down the interstate as opposed to coming north. I wanted them to get a very favorable impression of what Bowling Green looks like, or what it could have looked like for them if they decided to move their business here. So that's when we started the Beautify 65 project, and that idea came to me about 8 years ago as I was driving down Interstate 65 into Alabama, and I came across this community. I didn't even know what it was, but what I recognized was there were 2 interchanges there, and I went from where grass was growing 3.5 feet tall on the interstate to where all of a sudden it was mowed, and mowed down like you would mow your yard. And then they had done some plantings, and it's like a light bulb went off. And I said, hey, I'm going back to Bowling Green. We're going to do this, except we're going to do it on steroids. And we have. Before we go any further, we have our one and only employee. People are amazed at that when I tell them, but we have one full-time employee at Operation Pride, Melanie Lawrence. She's our executive director. And I didn't know I was going to see another one of our board members, but Andy Souza back here. Your own Andy is on Operation Pride board. And does a wonderful job. Obviously, a wonderful job for the city, but he's great on our board. He's a great resource for us. When I talk to people about Operation Pride, I have to tell them that the word pride is an acronym, and it stands for paint, repair, improve, develop, and enjoy. And we, over the last several years, I don't know, some people have suggested that we need to change that because that name has kind of gotten hijacked by maybe some other groups. And I said, well, I don't know. No, we've had this for 33 years or something. I think we need to stick with it. So it's worked out pretty good. So anyway, just some of the things that we've accomplished, and hopefully you've seen it. I'm kind of maybe telling you things that you already know about, but we have 5 gateways, what I call gateways, coming into Bowling Green, with the exception of the one down at 6th and Kentucky Streets. So that's kind of an internal one. And the reason that we did that, we found people coming from the north to Bowling Green, they were getting off up at like exit 28. And we wanted them to get off at exit 26. That is our #1 corridor of choice. If you're telling people how to get to Bowling Green, somebody, it's a friend coming to visit or whatever, and they've never been here, I don't care where you live in town, tell them to come to exit 26, because that's the best corridor we have. We had a chance back several years ago when they changed the direction of Cemetery Road, and they created a new road. So we were given a blank canvas to work with, and we were able to get some money from the state back then. We got about $700,000 to do all that landscaping out there to create that boulevard. Now, some people refer to part of that Cemetery Road as Johnny Webb Boulevard. Now, I don't know if you've picked up on that or not, but I took my truck in to be serviced the other day at Leachman. We got a GMC truck, and so they have a courtesy car. And so they said, this gentleman here will take you to your home, and you got a second car? Yeah. So I get in the car with him. He said, now give me directions where we're going to go. Start down Scottsville Road. I said, turn left here. This is Lover's Lane. He's fairly new to town. Said he'd been here 2 years. So we go down Lover's Lane, and I said, okay, when you get down to this next light down here, you want to turn right. I said, that's Johnny Webb Boulevard. And he said, they change names of these streets here in Bowling Green all the time. And he said, I don't think anybody pays any attention that that's not Cemetery Road, that's now Johnny Webb Boulevard. And I said, well, I kind of pay attention to it. And he said, oh, you do? And I said, yeah. I stuck out my hand. I said, I'm Johnny Webb. And he said, oh, nice to meet you, Mr. Webb. So I thought that was interesting. So there are a few people that know about Johnny Webb Boulevard. We have put up 13 130-foot flagpoles, 13. And we fly a 30 by 60-foot flag. And at all the gateways, with the exception of the one down at 6th in Kentucky, we have all the branches of the branches of the military flying. And we get all kinds of favorable comments from veterans. I don't know if any of these comments are directed to the city, but we get them sent to us from the chamber. But we get compliments. I mean, I won't say every day, but every week we get them. And people are recognizing what we're doing. Now, Interstate 65 is 1,100 miles long. A lot of people don't realize that, but it goes basically from from Chicago to Mobile, Alabama. And I've driven that, actually more than once. And occasionally, you'll see an interchange where they've done something. I saw one recently, I can't remember, I think somewhere up in close to Indianapolis maybe. Looked nice, but it was one. We've got 5 here. And people are amazed that there are 5 different ways to get into Bowling Green, Kentucky. And we definitely punch above our weight here in Bowling Green. So people are left with the impression that this city must be 250,000 or more. And so if someone asks me, like some of my friends in Naples, how big is Bowling Green, I tend to exaggerate a little bit about the population, you know. I kind of round up on it a little bit. But anyway, they say occasionally, yeah, I've driven through there, come into Florida, and it's absolutely beautiful. And I thought it was bigger than 100,000. I said, no, we're around 100,000. But if you take in the area right around Bowling Green, you know, we're 150 or 175,000. So, yeah, I do tend to exaggerate a little bit. We've built 22 miles of this 4-plank black horse fence, 22 miles of it. And we're maintaining it. And there's accidents out there all the time, and we run out there and we fix it. Quite often within 12 hours. It's never been longer than 36 hours. And I hope Joe Plunk's not listening here tonight, but Department of Transportation won't get it fixed that quick if it ran through their fence. But we do get it fixed because we want it to look good all the time. And you see the mowing out there. On the interchanges, we mow that with zero-turn mowers, like you'd mow your yard. Better than a lot of people will mow their yard, quite honestly. And then there is 21 miles of right-of-way, 10 miles on 65, 11 miles on 165 that we maintain. 21 miles. And the state was mowing that 3 times a year. We mow that 12, 13 times, maybe could be 14, depends on how fast the grass grows, and we want it to look beautiful all the time. So speaking of 165, a lot of people refer that to as still call it the Natcher or whatever. We took that on a year ago last July, and that's been a big expense, obviously. But with your help, with Fiscal Court and the CVB, the Convention Visitors Bureau, y'all help us with the ongoing maintenance. But everything that you see out there, what was implemented, the fencing, the stone walls, the letters, the flagpoles, the flags, the horses, we get compliments on the horses all the time. That was all raised by private funds from individuals and small businesses. And to date, we have raised almost $9 million to do that. And so the help we get from you and the county and the CVB goes toward the ongoing maintenance, and that's critically important. We don't get enough to do the ongoing maintenance from those 3 entities, so there's a gap, and we have to raise the money to do that. And so I'm still fundraising, and we've come up with an idea that we think that might help fill that gap. And so we come up with a license plate that will be sold in all, 120 counties in Kentucky. And I have it right here. I don't know, hopefully you may have seen this before. We had a little kickoff over at the clerk's office the other day, and Jeff was there. And I don't know, we sold probably 20 or 25 at that time. So Operation Pride gets $10 for every one of these that's sold, $10. So my goal is to sell 20,000 of these. That would be $200,000. Don't know if that's possible or not. And I mentioned that to Doug Gorman the other day, and he said, no, you need to sell 100,000. I said, well, okay, help me. You know, I'll take all the help I can get on that. So we'll see how that goes. We don't know. We just got started on it. So anyway, the last thing I guess I will mention before I know I've gone on probably too long here, but we just recently we got a crew from the jail, a 4-person crew to go out and pick up trash. And that was made possible by Warren County Fiscal Court funding a deputy jailer position, and it's a female. So all of the inmates that are out there picking up trash are female. And so they're out there, I won't tell you they're out there every day, but most every day they're on 165 or 65 picking up trash. And unfortunately, people are throwing things out of the car almost as fast as we can pick it up. So we could go out there and have everything picked up, and you could go back the next day and you'll see some trash. You can't have it all picked up. But without what we're doing, it would look terrible. And with all the mowing and everything we're doing, if you didn't pick up the trash, that would just take away from everything else that we're doing. So I can't think of anything else. We have wildflower beds. I think there's like 16 or 17 right today. We have a crew out there that are planting wildflower seeds. We haven't had great success with those wildflower beds. We're hoping this year will be the year that they'll really pop and make a difference. So, and we're adding poppies, red, so that will show up. So we'll see, and if it don't work, we're going to mow it down and just put it back in turf. So we'll see how that works. Again, I just want to thank you for your support, and if I don't know if you have any questions for me, what's going on with Operation Pride or Beautify 65, I'd love to field any questions you might have.
Johnny, we appreciate this partnership, and I can tell you, people are noticing it all across our nation. We get emails at the commission, and we get emails at the city, and it is doing exactly what we had hoped it would, and we're very appreciative we have this partnership. So thank you very much, Melanie.
Pete, I have pictures, framed pictures for all the commissioners, the mayor, and for Jeff. I don't know if it's appropriate to do it now, or you want to do it later, or whatever.
Sure.
This is the gateway over on 165 at exit 7, which is Morgantown Road, if you're not familiar with the exit numbers. So exit 3 is Nashville Road, exit 5 is Russellville Road, and exit 7 is Morgantown Road. And we just got our last flag up today at Russellville Road and 165. And it's beautiful. I mean, there's a lot of traffic at that interchange, Russellville Road and 165. So we're going to get a lot of.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it.
Okay. Okay.
Come on up here, Johnny.
Oh, okay.
I've been kind of jealous seeing these on Facebook, Johnny.
Okay, now you got one.
I know. Now I'm honored. It's beautiful. That is beautiful.
Now you want to make a picture? Let's see, do we have another one? Do we have them all?
Oh, the one you're holding.
I don't need one. What am I holding one for? Here,
There you go.
That's yours. I don't need. But I usually like to hold one in front of me because it covers up my belly. So if y'all would kind of move them over a little closer, that'd be good.
I resemble that remark. It's beautiful. Thank you so much. I have been jealous over Facebook. Thank you.
All right, Johnny, I guess y'all had longer meetings back in the horse days. Nice.
One. What's the longest one ever? We was going to institute a seatbelt ordinance.
Jeez.
And the fire marshal was here. Seats were all filled, and they had to keep people from coming in City Hall because that was not a popular thing to do. Put a seatbelt.
Well, the first ticket I ever received, I got pulled over by a police car on University Boulevard. My mom said, "What did you do?" And the police officer came over and issued us a ticket for wearing seatbelts.
For wearing them?
For wearing seatbelts. It was a positive
I see. Okay,
campaign,
yeah. Okay, I get it now. Yeah.
a positive campaign, and thanked us for wearing our seatbelts. That was the first ticket I ever received.
Is that the only?
He wanted to know, he said, are we living in Russia? I don't think so. Bowling Green, Kentucky. Well, we don't have any rights anymore. You know, he's telling us we gotta wear. I had a great uncle who had a neighbor that was his brother-in-law that had a wreck and he couldn't get his seatbelt on and died in that car. Said,
All right, Johnny, we
I read about
appreciate you being here. You have a good Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas. Thank you,
Thanks,
Johnny.
Melanie.
Thank you, Melanie.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our first item is approval of minutes, regular meeting, December 2nd, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, moved by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Bailey. Discussion? None. Roll call, please.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. Municipal order number 2025-308.
Municipal order approving the promotion of Elise Yonker to the position of Executive Assistant Public Information Officer in the Fire Department.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Commissioner Perigin, second by Commissioner Dana Beasley Brown. I'm going to recognize Mrs. Katie Schaller Ward.
Thank you. I want to present this. We have a wonderful opportunity to do some reorganization within the fire department. And so I would like to ask Chief Brooks to come forward to provide his recommendation for this promotion.
Mayor, Commissioners, good evening. The opportunity before us tonight to take the roles and responsibilities of both the Executive Assistant and the Public Information Officer, we believe with this promotion of one that we bring before you tonight makes us efficient and also allows us to improve sooner rather than later. The one we bring before you tonight, Miss Elise Yonker, started with us in 2019. She's been working tirelessly behind the scenes so that we can have success on the scene. Her work ethic is hard to match, it's hard to find. She has met the mission time and time again. She's a team player, she makes it better. If you got any questions, I can answer them for you, but she brings a lot of value. I brag about her wherever we go, and for good reason. So she's here tonight with her husband, and it's a good night for us.
Thank you, Chief. Elise, stand up. Introduce yourself and your husband, please. Well, congratulations tonight, and thank you, or congratulations on this promotion. Thank you for your continued service. Okay, we're going to make this official. Okay, roll call, please.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes, congratulations, Elise. Municipal order number 2025-309.
Municipal order approving the probationary appointment of Georgia Mayhew to the position of Office Associate 1 in the Parks and Recreation Department.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Bailey. Mrs. Schaller Ward.
This position became available when we had a promotion from Parks that went to the Neighborhood and Community Services Department. So I'm going to ask HR Manager Tiara Britt to come forward to present this recommendation for appointment.
Good evening, Mayor, Board of Commissioners. We would like to make the recommendation for the Office Associate position for the Parks Department. Ms. Georgia May is who we would like to recommend, and she is here this evening. If she would please stand. So Georgia was a graduate of JGS Praise Hymn Academy. She's got an associate's degree in culinary arts as well as a bachelor's degree in hospitality and tourism from WKU. And she has held many different hats throughout her career. She's been a cashier, a chef, assistant manager. Most recently, we are actually taking her from Chuck E. Cheese as the general manager. So we hope that they can make it through the holidays, but we're going to move right along. But let me know if you have any questions, and we're ready to get her started.
Thank you, Tiara. Hello, Georgia. How are you? I saw you brought Mr. Brent Belcher with you tonight. Is this your future boss? All right. Well, he's a great one. Did you bring anyone else with you? You wave to him on TV. All right. Commissioners, ready? Roll call, please.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes, congratulations, Georgia. Municipal order number 2025-310.
Municipal order authorizing change order number 3 to the contract with American Engineers, Inc. for professional services for Cave Mill Road corridor improvements in the amount of $137 for a total project cost of $1,610,650.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Perigin, second by Commissioner Beasley Brown. Ms. Mizel.
As you all know, the Cave Mill Road project is a state project that's been entrusted to our own Public Works Planning and Design team, division, to manage. So they have a lot of trust in our team. This is all state funded, but we are in need to make some changes, some change orders before you tonight. And I'm going to ask Mr. Kyle Hunt, our city engineer, to come up and give you an overview, an explanation of what's going on, where we're at with this project. It's about a mile stretch of widening and traffic mitigation, calming. So, Kyle, take it away.
Thank you, Mr. Meisel. As he said, so this change order, while it is being paid for by the state, we do recognize this is a significant amount of money, so we wanted to be detailed in describing what these changes are. So really the reason for this amount is due to timing. So American Engineers, which is our consultant for the design portion of the project, they were pretty much finished with the design of the roadway and all the improvements earlier this year, and then the flooding in April happened. So that forced us to go back and look at quite a few things. So in the exhibits that you were presented, if you look at the first one, this is pretty much the section between the intersection of Old Cave Mill Road and Hunting Creek Drive. There are 2 FEMA flood zones that we are actually building in. The roadway currently goes through those. The largest one on the left, that section of roadway was closed for several days in April and has been closed in the past in other major flood events. What this exhibit does not show is basically between Old Cave Mill Road and the BGMU electric substation, which is pretty much in the center of the exhibit. We are actually raising the road in that location by about 4 to 5 feet to get it above the FEMA flood elevation. It's currently about 3.5 feet below it. But in order to do that, we're actually pulling that section of the road south so that when we're done, that road, the new road will be basically outside the limits of the current roadway. So there's quite a bit of work that needs to go on in that area. And so what had happened in April, what we observed is the flood elevation actually reached what the new elevation of the road was supposed to be. So in order to minimize any flooding in the future, we've had to ask American Engineers to go back, redesign that section of the roadway to bring it even higher above the flood elevation. As you all know, Bowling Green, it's a karst area. We have a lot of groundwater surcharge, and that's what contributes to the flooding in this area. So that's really the main reason for this change order, is a redesign of this section of the roadway. We've also purchased, following the April floods, we purchased 4 properties in this area, and we hope to utilize one of those properties near the intersection at Hunting Creek for additional flood mitigation.
Hunt, with the elevation of the road, I noticed there's a house on the right and it looks like there's a house on the left. Would that cause like any type of runoff that actually would cause like new flooding for those homes?
No, our engineers, they've analyzed this. They've designed it to where there's no additional flooding impacts to the areas outside of the flood zones. So all of the drainage in this part of town goes to those areas, and so we have to design the roadway accordingly to minimize potential for any future flooding.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Another lane going to be added to
Yeah,
this.
so another reason for the change order, if you look at the second exhibit, so we are actually widening the section of Cave Mill between Crossings Boulevard and Scottsville Road. That was not in our original scope with the RFQ back in 2022, 2023, but in talking with our consultant, with American Engineers, they've showed us that we are able to do this widening within the projected funding that the state will provide us. So there will be widening on both sides of the roadway. So what we will end up with is an additional eastbound lane going from Crossings Boulevard towards Scottsville Road. And if you've driven, especially this time of year, if you've driven in that area around the mall, Hobby Lobby, that area, you know, it gets really congested, especially in the evenings and the weekends. So this will help to alleviate that traffic congestion. As a result of that, it does impact 3 traffic signals, the one at Crossings, the one at Chandler Drive, and the one at the Greenwood Mall entrance. So there is signal equipment, signal poles that will have to be relocated as part of that.
So will you have 2 lanes turning right onto Scottsville Road?
So there
off
currently are
Caden?
2 lanes, but it's only for a short section right in front of Fazoli's. So we'll extend that back all the way to the Crossings to have that additional eastbound lane. But there are, as a result of that, there are 3 traffic signals that will be impacted and need to be redesigned.
Thank you, Kyle. I know this is the MPO's #1 priority,
It is.
and we would like the state to move now.
So would we. So, but no, once we're finished with this project, we'll have a roadway that is much improved as far as reducing impacts from flooding, and will also help with traffic in the future. So
Thank you very
we
much.
ask for your approval.
Further questions? Okay, roll call, please.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes.
Y'all.
Municipal order number 2025-311.
Municipal order authorizing the submission of a grant application to the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet for Transportation Alternatives Program funds in the amount of $1,521,265 related to the Bryant Way Greenway project.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Beasley Brown, second by Commissioner Bailey. Mr. Mizel.
We would like your permission to apply for this TAP grant. This would be used for a greenway along Bryant Way that would connect to Scottsville Road. As you know, we're already working on a multi-use path along Scottsville Road. This would be 2,300 linear feet of 8-foot concrete multi-use path along Bryant Way from Ken Bale to Scottsville Road. Would stripe the crosswalks that cross over Scottsville Road to improve pedestrian access and safety there. More often I'm out there, I see more and more pedestrians crossing those 4 lanes, and it's a dangerous situation. So we're hoping to alleviate that. We've put a map in your packets, and Jake Moore has worked on this grant. Is here, can answer any of your questions on this one.
It's a fantastic addition of greenways. A lot of people live in that very concentrated area. It's right next to Wendy's, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Mission Barbecue.
I have a quick question, if that's okay. So I see that it's designed across Scottsville Road as well. And so have you all, is it going to be like a pedestrian island there in the middle of Scottsville Road? Or what kind of safety things will we be able to do with this project across Scottsville Road?
So we do have a crosswalk proposed across Scottsville Road. We'll have to work with the state to adjust some of the signal timing, but there is no island proposed, but they will have time, pedestrians will have time to cross Scottsville Road. And also at the intersection with Bryant, there will be pedestrian hardware, a push button, and a signal to tell them when to walk.
And is there just no space for that type of thing in the middle of Scottsville Road right there?
With the traffic volume, yeah, it would be difficult to build that. So like I said, we'll work with the state to adjust the timing as much as we can to make that as safe as possible. Yep.
Further questions? Roll call, please.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes, municipal number 2025-312.
Municipal order authorizing the submission of a grant application for funding through the 2024 Government Resources Accelerating Needed Transformation Program from the Kentucky Economic Development Cabinet in an amount up to $361,300.44 related to the Bryant Way Greenway project.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Commissioner Perigin, second by Commissioner Hill. Mr. Mizel.
So there was a 20% match requirement on the one you just approved, but we are proposing to submit a grant application to the Kentucky Cabinet for Economic Development, the grant, as you all know, the Government Resources Accelerating Needed Transportation Program grant. And so this would knock our 20% down from 361,300 or 380, 316.25 to 19,000. So Jake is proposing to do that. We'd like your permission to submit this application to the state. for those matching funds, and Jake can answer any questions you might have on this one.
Jeff, questions? All right, none. Roll call, please.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. Municipal order number 2025-314.
313, municipal order approving and authorizing execution of a lease agreement for a portion of the Glen Lily landfill property.
So moved.
Second.
By Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Bailey. Mr. Mizel.
For several years now, we've been leasing some of the land out at the Glen Lily landfill for agriculture uses. The current leasee is no longer wants to hold the lease, and so we have found a new leasee and wanting to just set up the same type lease with him for the 10 acres, and it's about $100 per acre per year. They would cover all the insurance requirements, and it's a direct connect to the adjacent farm that he is already farming, and so I would like your permission to execute this lease with Mr. David Morgan. Matt Powell is here with us, has been working with Mr. Morgan, and can answer any of your questions on this one, but would be just a new lease with the same terms as we had with the former leasee, Mr. Mark Mays.
Okay, questions? And roll call, please.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. Municipal order number 2025-314.
Municipal order approving fiscal year 2026 parks and recreation fees.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Commissioner Perigin, second by Commissioner Hill. Mr. Mizel.
So each year, as we approach a new year, we like to look at our Parks and Rec fees. This year, we're not proposing many changes, but Brent Belcher has outlined those in a memo, eloquently worded memo in your packets. Under athletics, we've got a couple of changes to the adults, volleyball, kickball, and dodgeball leagues, just the entry fees. The Aquatic Center, Sims Aquatic Center, we've got some slight changes to the season passes and the lifeguard certifications. Under golf, we're proposing some outing pricing increases at Crosswinds and Walker and Hobson Grove, just for the special event outings, tournaments that people like to have. And then finally, under park rentals, proposing a slight increase to those. Downtown Parks, Circus Square, increase for the 4-hour and 8-hour rentals. And then we've got some shelters we'd like to increase by $5. And then any athletic facilities that are per facility hour, just to cover our costs of labor on those. And recommend these changes. Mr. Brent Belcher is here in the back of the room, can answer any of your questions on these proposed changes, but ask for your approval for the new year 2026.
Okay, Commissioner. Brent? No questions. Roll call, please.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. Municipal order number 2025-315.
Municipal order approving an exchange of information agreement with the Kentucky Department of Revenue and authorizing specified employees of the City of Bowling Green to request and receive information.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Beasley Brown. Mr. Mizel.
I'm going to ask Ashley Jackson, our city clerk here, to give you an overview and explanation of this item. Ashley?
Good afternoon. I don't usually get to do this, but the agreement before you is required by the Kentucky Department of Revenue. Pursuant to state law, it authorizes specific city employees to be authorized to receive and request information, such as occupational licensing information, insurance, and alcoholic beverage control. And so since we've had some recent administrative changes in personnel, we needed to make these updates at this time. And the agreement has been prepared by the Department of Revenue and reviewed by myself and City Attorney Hillary Hightower. And we would recommend your approval, and the agreement is in your packet for review. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. Roll call, please.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey?
Yes.
Beasley Brown?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Alcott?
Yes. Ordinance number BG 2025-32, first reading, non-binding.
Ordinance amending Code of Ordinances. Ordinance amending Chapter 2 Administration, Subchapter 2-17, Human Rights Commission of the City of Bowling Green Code of Ordinances.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Commissioner Perigin, second by Commissioner Beasley Brown. This is one that I have sponsored, and the Human Rights Commission has traditionally been a few members every time that we're looking for maybe 3 or 4. I went to Mrs. Alice Gatewood Waddell, which is here tonight. Thank you, Alice, for being here. And we had a conversation, and the conversation was, how many is the right amount of board members? And Alice had explained that one time we had up to 15, and we are at 13. And she said, well, before we make a decision, let's take it to the actual board members that are in place today. And so there was a good discussion, and there was a majority that came back and said 11 would be the right number. So we are in that process of taking it to 11. Am I correct, Mrs. Allen?
Alice, can you move up here? Thank you.
I will add that one part of the discussion that we have a very diverse group of board members. We try to reflect the community that we serve. So we have different races, nationalities, ages, religion, disabilities. So at 11, we are representing the people that we serve in the community. We also keep a police officer in case anybody gets unruly. So we're always glad to have a member of the Bowling Green Police Department on the board. We have a connection with WKU. So I think the current members that we have will serve our community well.
Further discussion on this change? Okay. No further discussion. Roll call, please.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. Municipal order number 2025-316.
Municipal order approving the appointment of Susan Oliver Lewis as an alternate member to the City of Bowling Green Code Enforcement and Nuisance Board.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Bailey. This is my opportunity to introduce a new member to the Code Enforcement Board as an alternate. And the Code Enforcement Board has actually needed alternates several times, and we're trying to get back into a steady course. But Susan Oliver Lewis has a lot of experience. One, she was our previous Warren County Property Evaluation Administrator. She serves as a board chair for the Kentucky Kids on the Block, and she's a member of the Realtors Association in Southern Kentucky and a longstanding Bowling Green citizen. And I highly recommend Susan for this appointment to the alternate for the Code Enforcement Board. Very difficult job. In addition, if you've ever watched some of their meetings, they get berated by members of our community that believe that their property should not have any code enforcement, and they believe, and the other neighbors believe that they should have all the code enforcement. And they have done an exceptional job, but we're trying to get some more members to participate and to be part of this Code Enforcement Board. Okay.
Good pick, Mayor.
Sweet.
Good pick.
Questions? None at this time. Roll call, please.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. Municipal order number 2025-317.
Municipal order approving the appointment of Dr. Shane Spiller and reappointments of Vicky Fitch and Donna Harmon to the City of Bowling Green Code of Code of Ethics.
So moved.
Commissioner Perigin, moved by, and a second by Commissioner Beasley Brown. Two of these appointments, Vicky Fitch, Donna Harmon, have served well. This board does not meet a lot. We get along pretty well. Most of the ethics, we haven't had a whole lot that has gone for this board. We'll keep it that way. However, I would like to recommend Dr. Shane Spiller. A little bit about him. He's a faculty member at WKU of the Gordon Ford College of Business. He's also on the faculty regent on the WKU Board of Regents. He's a PhD, professor of management, and he also teaches ethics. So what a great opportunity to have Dr. Spiller to personally serve on this board. Questions?
He's great. He was also on my doctoral committee. Good man.
He has a relative
He
in our
does.
city.
He does.
I don't think there's any problem there, but Hope
not.
Spiller is his daughter-in-law. Our Hope.
He's a good one.
But he's an ethical man, and I believe he'll serve it well. Okay, no further questions. Roll call, please.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. Municipal order number 2025-318.
Municipal order approving the reappointments of Sue Perigin, Eric Walker, and Rick Wilson to serve on the Intermodal Transportation Authority, Inc. Board of Directors, and authorizing the submission of reappointments to the Warren County Judge Executive.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Dana Beasley Brown. These three members, Eric Walker, Sue Perigin, Rick Wilson, these are members of our community. They do not require to be commissioners or to be, a certain type of job, but they have served well and they want to continue to serve on this job. What I will tell you is that as commissioners, it's important for us to try to attend some of these meetings. I know we're busy. We have a lot on our plate, including myself, because I have not attended. I've only attended maybe 3, maybe 4 in my entire tenure. However, this board is the Modal Transportation Authority, Intermodal Transportation Authority is something that you can't attend. I know Katie is on this board, and she's served, and then Jeff served prior to that, and that's a city employee that is required to serve on this board, and they have been outstanding members. But it is an important part of our economic development and the internal mechanisms needed to keep that economic development in play. So that's something that these three members have accomplished very, very well, being the number 2 economy 2 years in a row in the nation for Tier 2 economic development. So well done, and continue. Thank you for your continued service. Okay, any questions? None? Roll call, please.
Perigin. Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Alcott.
Municipal order number 2025-319.
Municipal order approving and authorizing out-of-town travel expenses for Mayor Todd Alcott to attend Leadership Kentucky in Covington, Kentucky.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Perigin, second by Commissioner Bailey. There will actually be one more. I just graduated last Wednesday from Kentucky Leadership. There was 52 members. It was a great experience. I'm very thankful to this board for supporting me on that, but it's been a weekend away for the last 7 months, or a week, 3 day, up 2.5 days for the last 7 months. My wife will be glad that this is over, and I will too. But it was an incredible, incredible experience. So thank you very much. And there'll be one more following for the trip to Lexington where we graduated. Okay. Any further questions? None. Roll call, please.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Alcott.
Municipal order number 2025-319. I'm sorry, just 320. I'm sorry, ordinance number BG 2025-31, second reading binding.
Ordinance relating to cable franchise. Ordinance of the City of Bowling Green approving a non-exclusive cable franchise agreement with Spectrum Mid-America LLC.
Second.
By Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Bailey. This was 5-0 at our last meeting. Any further questions? None. Roll call, please.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, our next scheduled meeting will be next year, January 6th, 2026, on Tuesday night, 4:30 p.m. Andy, any comments? Yes, sir. Can be made? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are concluded for the year 2025. Thank you all.
Merry Christmas.